God has always empowered his daughters. During Israel's wilderness journey, the 5 daughters of Zelophehad asked Moses if they could have an inheritance in the Promised Land. They made this bold request at a time when women had no civil rights and no hope for equality. Under the man-made rules of those days, their family was denied land rights because all of Zelophehad's children were female. When Moses prayed about this to God, the Lord contradicted the male-dominant culture of the day, and he said, "The daughters of Zelophehad speak what is right. The claim of the daughters of Zelophehad is legitimate. You shall surely give them a possession of inheritance among their father's brothers, and cause the inheritance of their father to pass to his daughters," as in Numbers 27 verse 7. So through this event, which took place under the Old Covenant period, God made it very clear that his daughters were not to be relegated to second-class status. How much more are they to be considered fellow heirs under the new covenant? In 1 Peter 3 verse 7, "In the same way, your husbands live with your wives in an understanding way, with great gentleness and tact, and with an intelligent regard for the marriage relationship, as with someone physically weaker, since she is a woman. Show her honor and respect as a fellow heir of the grace of life, so that your prayers will not be hindered or ineffective." Pastors also today must learn the same lesson God taught Moses. We never hear sermons about these daughters of Zelophehad and the inheritance they received from God, even though their names are listed in the Bible in 5 different places. No preacher ever preaches about this. In some churches, women are offered nothing but limitations, discriminations, and neglect. Yet God has placed in them a desire to possess spiritual territory, and gave them equal authority over their territory as their brothers. I hope this teaching could shed some light on this matter and be a blessing to many.